Hey guys, so for this video we're just going to go over a brief introduction to arrays. So first, what is an array? You can kind of think of it as like a list or a collection of data. Um, they can contain integers, strings, symbols, floats, whatever you want them to, and you can mix the data. There's a lot of stuff you can do with them. So to get started here, let's just go ahead and open up IRB. So how do we create them? So there's a couple different ways. The first is you just take a variable and set it equal to array.new. How to create an array. You can also do it this way, just setting it equal to an empty array. Both ways will create it. Or you can define them with values already in them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That creates the array at once, or as well. You can, so to reference data within an array, you start with an index of 0. So if I wanted to get 1 back here, I would have to start with 0. And so on. So if I wanted to get 2 here, instead of giving 2, I would give 1. That'll give me the second item in the array. And if I wanted to get the 5 here, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would have to give it that. So that's how you kind of reference the different spots in the array. You can also append to arrays. So we have Z. Now let's append 6. This will just add it to the array. So now it contains everything. You can delete. So delete, and then you can specify what item you want to delete in the array. So let's delete 1, for instance. So now Z no longer has the 1 in the array. You can also do deleting by the index. So if you do delete at, and then give the index you want to delete at. So if we wanted to delete 5 here, we're now at 0, 1, 2, 3. So this will get rid of the 5. So now we have 2, 3, 4, and 6 left here. Then you can also do things like reverse. So reverse would reverse the items. But if you do Z, it's still going to be in order. So reverse isn't going to say, but if you do reverse.bang, and then you check out Z, it'll keep it in that reverse order. Likewise, you can do sort. So Z.sort will put it in order. But if you do Z, it's still going to be in reverse form. Oops. So if we want to get it back to normal, you do it like this. Back to normal. What else can you do? You can also do things like size. So Z.size will return the size of the array. So 4 items are in the array. There's also length, which basically does the same thing, but most people tend to use length for like strings, so you can treat a string like an array and get length back. But yeah, most people use length for string and size for arrays. You can also do count. So Z.count will return a count as well, but you can also do some cooler things with count. So you could do like, get me the count of 2. So there's only 1 2 in there. But if I added 2 a few times here, we'll do it 4 times total for fun. So now Z has 4 2's in it. So if you do Z.count 2 again, it's going to return 4. You can also do things like, you can, this is another thing, you can get the reverse order of something. So you could do, well, first you could do dot last and get the last item in the array, or dot first, same thing. But if you want to like kind of go from the back forward, you could do it with negatives. So a -1 index will return 2, -2 index will return 2, -3 index will return 2, -4 index would return the 6. But yeah, so that's kind of a neat thing to do as well. And the last thing I'm going to show you briefly is a little more complex, but you can mess with it more, or you'll see it later in the tutorials. But so you can do this map method. So essentially, what this will do is it's a loop, which I'm going to cover these more in the future. I haven't even gone over these yet, but it's a method we use all the time for arrays in my job. But anyway, So you're gonna do a loop here. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna loop through, and for each item in the array, we need to give it a variable name. So in this case, we'll just do item just for easiness. And then I want to do something to each item in this array. So I want to, let's say I want to add 2. So what this will do is it's going to loop through each one of these items. It's going to add 2 to it. So 2 will become 4, 3 will become 5, 4 will become 6, 6 will become 8, so on. And it'll create a new array with these values. So if I run this, let's see, I can get just 4, 5, 6, 8, 4, 4, 4. That's going to be it for this tutorial. But I will, so in the description below, I'll put a link into some of the documentation if you want to look into this more and kind of play around and get familiar. You'll see a lot of these concepts start to come through when we get into a little more advanced stuff. So if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you.